Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico, and today's Friday. That means it's Friday Quickie time. I'm so excited to have you here today because I always love sharing my passion for stamping with you. Today is kind of a cool project and a little bit on the personal side, so strap in. I really am excited about this because it's so easy and the deals to be had are fabulous today. So let me explain what I mean by all of that. I am sharing with you Project Life, and in kind of a different way than it's necessarily intended, I guess. Project Life is a memory keeping system that we introduced to Stampin' Up! A couple of years ago. We teamed up with Becky Higgins, who started Project Life, and we put our Stampin' Up! Twist on it, which of course is fantastic. I love the Stampin' Up! Twist on most things. And so today I want to share with you something I made out of one kit of Project Life cards, and I have made an album and a ton of cards. And by ton, I mean like 30 and counting. I'm so excited because it is so easy and really a great way to make cards and do some memory keeping. So let me explain. First of all, I'm going to start with this kit of Project Life cards. This is something that this particular kit, I won, I guess my name was drawn, or I'm not sure, but it was a hide and seek Project Life opportunity when Project Life first came out a couple years ago. So my box was signed by Becky Higgins, who founded Project Life, and Shelly, who at the time was our co-founder and CEO of Stampin' Up! And they also gave me two kits, so I got to hide one in my community, and then it was a whole social media hide and seek thing, which is really cool, and it's a big thing that Becky Higgins does. Anyway, so I have this kit, and it is called Happiness Is. It comes with all of these different cards. This is an accessory pack, which is separate, but all the cards in here are 4x6 cards, 3x4 cards, and 4x4 cards, and they're all designed to work with the Project Life albums. And I've done several videos about Project Life. In fact, I will post links to my other videos on my blog, and you can find the blog in the description of this video. But so Project Life is totally geared towards memory keeping, but I, of course, have found a fabulous way to both keep my memories as well as make some cards. Sorry, I was going to say document my memories, and I got it all mixed up. Anyway, you know how I get. I'm so excited and I lose all train of thought. All right, so let me explain to you a little bit more about this. And by the way, is the box that it comes in not just like the cutest ever? All right. So I started with this album, and I started this a couple of weeks ago, and what I really wanted to do was document this year. This is kind of a bucket list thing that I've wanted to do for a while, and that is just write about the everyday life that takes place. I've never been a very good scrapbooker, I think because it's time consuming and you gotta have all your stuff out and blah. But I have found that with the use of my smartphone, which if I could hold it and show you, I would, but it's actually what's filming this video right now. It is an amazing partner in documenting what's going on in your life, and it has tons of information in it that you might not realize. So let me explain what I mean by that. So I started this album to go in concert with the calendar year 2016. So I just took one of my favorite Project Life cards and adhered it to the cover of my album. And this is just one of the plain 6x8 albums that we have. And inside of it, I thought I would talk a little bit about what is going on. Now, I think this year is going to be a little bit of a different year. At least it sure is so far. For me personally, those of you who know me well know that I've had a very tumultuous couple of years. There's been a lot of chaos in my life, and it is finally starting to settle down just a little, not a lot, but a little. And I think I'm kind of over the hump of a couple of big issues, so I'm really thankful for that. I also, as a result of all of that personal stuff, have had a hard time keeping my business going, and so my business has been down for the last couple of years, but I'm really working very hard to build it back up, and I've worked very hard on my blog. In fact, many of you watching this are probably new viewers to me and are just getting to know me. So I am thrilled that I can share this with you. Now, how this kind of started was I meet with a coach on a somewhat regular basis who helps me with my business. And actually I have two coaches, but one of them suggested to me that I really needed an attitude adjustment, and she was not wrong. I totally did. I had been very frustrated. There had been a lot of problems. Things just weren't going well for me. And she suggested this attitude adjustment and the attitude of gratitude. And I really embraced that. I loved the idea and the concept of it. I've always enjoyed and appreciated the blessings in my life, but I really like the idea of focusing on being grateful for everything and anything that there is. And I think a few other things have happened in my life that make me realize that, things every day is so precious. You really need to focus on things and be present. So I've really included an attitude of gratitude in my life. In fact, I have a little sign hanging from in my office, and it's kind of funny because I spelled gratitude wrong, and that's just a joke. Anyway, so what I did is, and I have plans for these first couple pages, but I started going through my phone because like I said, I started this a couple weeks ago, so I hadn't started from the very beginning, but I looked at the pictures in my phone, and I wanted to incorporate those pictures into my album. So I talked about the things that are going on and the things that I've seen. And I also need to just put out a little disclaimer that I also enjoy being inappropriate. And by that, I mean, I like to swear a lot, and I like sarcasm and snarky e-cards and those terrible things you see online. So I am absolutely not trying to offend anybody, but I just want you to know that if I'm casually turning a page, there might be something slightly inappropriate that pops up, and my bad, but you've been warned, right? Having said that, though, I also enjoy a little bit of inspirational scripture and that type of thing. So in going with the theme, I had to write this. The phrase "do not be afraid" is written in the Bible 365 times. That's a daily reminder from God to be fearless every day. I love that. I guess it's not really a scripture, but it refers to scripture. I love that quote. But I also have things in here, like this is another e-card that says, sometimes you just have to give yourself little pep talks like, "Hello, you are a badass bitch. Don't be sad. You're doing great. Love you." I think that's really funny. And again, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but that is a little bit of me. So there you go. I talk about all kinds of cool stuff in here. That's just my daily life, things that are happening to me and to my family. And and so you can see all of these little Post-its in here are just reminders of the pictures I need to print. And the reason I did them as Post-it stickies is that I needed to have a way to place where the photo goes. So it's a placeholder in my album, as well as indicate which photos I needed to print. And that way I could plan everything out so that I didn't waste my photos when I go to print them, because I don't know about you, sometimes I just print too many. I don't end up using all of them. So it's kind of a waste. So here I'm really planning everything, and I love how that part of it is working. I also really like that I can document totally weird, goofy things. A lot of it is stuff that is just in my everyday life, like I mentioned. For instance, right here, this is going to be a photo that I took at Target of a table runner that totally inspired me to make a card. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. So anyway, that's my album. I am current as up to today. I just need to print my photos, and I wanted to kind of do that in a couple of bulk sessions, and then I can just slide them in. It really did not take me very long to put all of this together. And like I said, I used my phone as a great resource. The other thing you can use is Facebook, because if you're a regular poster on Facebook, you can always find stuff on there that you have been posting. Okay, now let's get back to the card making part of this, because they're really two completely awesome parts to this Project Life business. Now, I am going to make a card right here now with you. It's not planned. I didn't do it ahead of time. I don't have it figured out, so that's okay. But let me, what I want to do is show you how easy it is and how I went about doing it. So first of all, I cut up a bunch of half sheets of white cardstock because white coordinates. I also cut up a bunch of basic gray and in color assorted cardstock. Let me show you that. So these cards are 3x4 that come in the kit, or 4x6, and then you could cut them in half to make more 3x4 cards. So I made 3 1/8 by 4 1/8, or 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 pieces of cardstock that I cut. You can see these are the in colors. These are the basic gray ones. And then I was able to take and adhere those to back up these cards, and they all coordinate. Okay, so I took and adhered my 3x4 card to my 3 1/8 by 4 1/8 inch piece of paper. Again, I'm using the coordinating colors that come in the kit. And then I think I'm going to take, of course, my favorite punch. This is being discontinued, so if you don't have it, you just absolutely have to get it. And I'm just reaching into my scrap bin to grab paper. It's the Fun Flower punch. You just cannot go wrong. And I'm going to punch two of those out. Love the look of those two together. And then I'm going to curl the leaves because, or the petals, because, that's like my thing. You got to have dimension. And then I will put these two together. So I just added some fast fuse, set them off from one another, and so far we have the makings for a really cute card. The other thing that I did, and I think this might be cool, is I partnered with a stamp set, also on the discontinued list, but as it turns out works famously in conjunction with this Project Life kit. And I used Honeycomb Hello. And what I like about it is it has these little words that will fit in the center of my flower. So let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to grab another scrap of paper that, of course, I had sitting here really close, and it's now long gone. But let me show you what I'm going to do. And if you can't find your scrap, here's what you do. You like this, I think. I am taking my piece of cardstock, and then I'm going to use this punch. This is one of the scallop punches, also on the discontinued list. It makes me sad, and I shouldn't have done that quite yet, but I like to stamp first. So this is supposed to be a honeycomb shaped stamp, but I think it looks pretty circular. You can't really tell the difference. I'm going to kind of wrinkle it up, and then I'm going to stick it in the middle here, and I love it. It looks super cool. It's kind of a fun little sunflower image. Put a little fast fuse on there, and then I will pop this up onto my card with some dimensionals, and then I think I'm going to add a little bit of ribbon. The ribbon I'm using is the cotton ribbon, also on the discontinued list. I'm so sorry I'm using all these discontinued items, but it's sad to me that they're going, and they're fantastic. Here we go. Just right in front of my face. How many times do you lose something in front of your face? Kind of drives me crazy some days. I know it happens to you because I watch my customers struggle with it all the time when they're here stamping. But you always can lose things right in front of your face, and your neighbor will help you find it at the Creativity Cave because that's how we roll. Okay, so I'm just tying this ribbon on here, and I like how cute this is coming together. And then last but not least, I'm just going to add a greeting to this. Now I can use any of the greetings from the stamp set I was just talking about, or I could go to something else. I have a dirty stamp here that I'm going to quick clean, and then I'm going to stamp it with my gray pad, and I'm just going to stamp the little hello at the bottom. And hello, cuteness. Isn't that an adorable card? So easy and quick. And when I adhere it down, it is going to be a fantastic project. But let me show you quick because we're running out of time. All of the other projects I've made, they're adorable. And if you go to my blog, The Creativity Cave, it's a pocket, love it. If you go to my blog, the description will have the link to my post. If you purchase through me, you can get a tutorial that has all of this in there with measurements and whatnot described for you to make, like, I've got over 30 plus cards that I've made just with this kit, plus my album, all from one Project Life kit. All the details will be on the blog post, so definitely check that out. And of course, when you order from me, you become a Creativity Cave VIP, and that has some amazing perks. In fact, we have a brand new catalog coming in about a month, and I would love to be able to send you a catalog, and that is one of the perks of being a VIP. So thank you so much for joining me for Friday Quickies. I cannot wait for you to check out all the details on my blog. Thanks again for following me, for supporting me in my business. I so appreciate it. Your orders mean so much to me. Thank you for letting me stamp with you, and have a fantastic weekend. Bye, guys.